outdoors.
So Mount Paul Community Food Center is a center based on 3 pillars of food security: food access, food skills, and education and engagement. So food security programs, so the parent company for Mount Paul Community Food Center is Interior Community Services. It's a nonprofit agency in town. And in 2014, we were connected with Community Food Centers Canada. And that's when the partnership really started to create a community food center here in Kamloops. So when we first bought the building, it was a church in the neighborhood that did a lot of community outreach. We did host a community kitchen here a couple of times a month when we first entered into a partnership, and then bought the building to turn it into a CSC. We started with just a culinary program, and now we have programs to meet all those demographics that I just described. We have early childhood programs, school-age programs, a youth community meal for drop-in for youth. We have community meals for any community member twice a week, and then we have a number of seniors programs. So we offer programs 5 days a week here at the Community Food Center. All the programs are accessible to any community member, and what we're trying to promote is a place of belonging. So when people come in, they can get involved in culinary programs, garden programs, or food skills programs, food access programs. So it's really focusing on making sure that an individual's own food security is enhanced, and they can then take that back. So we have community meals. Those run Mondays and Thursdays for any community member. They're open from 11 till 1. And then we also have a youth community meal on Wednesdays from 4 to 6, and that can be accessed from anybody who is 16 to 24. Also on Wednesday we have a program on Monday we have a program called Harvest to Home, and that's a program where volunteers help us with our donated food, and we're processing or cooking from that food that we've been donated that week. We have a lot of food donated here. On Tuesdays we run another recovery program where people are helping us process and cook with the food that we're using. On Wednesdays it's the youth meal, and right now we're running a food skills program, which is a 6-week program where people come and learn how to cook healthy meals on a budget. Thursdays is the community meal again, and then Fridays we have a drop-in program called Foodie Friday. It's a culinary program, and then we also run our lunchtime program for the 0 to 6. Every program we always try new dishes and do different things for sure. So we're definitely making sure that we're showing people new recipes and food skills, and then also taking anything that they have. So if they have a cuisine from their heritage that they want to share with us, then that's also welcomed into the kitchen. We're very conscious of making sure that we're using every last bit. So if we have leftovers from our program, we often use it in a different program or send it home with the participants. The most recent is called Lunchtime, and what it is it's kind of a sing-along and snack drop-in program for kids who are 0 to 6. So their moms or dads come with them, and they do a sing-along learning. It's like a literacy program through nursery rhymes, and they do that in kind of a picnic style get together, and then they have a healthy snack and share it at the center. Right now, when we have a partnership with School District Days, the kids come in and make pizza from scratch, and it's really cute to see the young kids, like they're 10 to 12, make pizzas, and they make them in different shapes, like gingerbread men and hearts and all different kinds of inventive things, and they just really have fun because they get to play with their food. And they learn a lot of new skills for sure. Everything here is made from scratch for sure. So from scratch they make their own pizza, and then while their pizza's cooking they learn food science and food recovery. So they learn the value of composting and dehydrating food, and how to make butter from scratch, that kind of thing. So it's a really hands-on experience, and the kids really enjoy it, so it's pretty rewarding. We had, it's called The Big Social. It's an annual fundraising through CFC Canada, so it's a national-wide fundraiser. And we worked with the Farm to Chef Collaborative, and they cooked the meal, so it's local chefs from restaurants who cooked the meal, and then we sold tickets here. And we were able to raise $2,100 for our community programs. This is the first year that we've done the big social, but it was a hugely successful national campaign, so I'm sure that it will be back next year for sure. To be honest, I think the favorite part about the center is just people who come here sharing their experience and the positive impacts that it's had. The big blue one is from kids, like kids program that came in, and the white and pink one there as well is from a kids program that came in. So often we get thank yous from people that have participated in some of our programs. The impact that the programs have really speak to say how the program's doing in the community. I think that all of our programs, there's a component of fun, whether it be the volunteers helping us deliver them or the community participants actually taking the program. So the feedback that we're getting is that the center is a welcoming, safe place for people to access, and that they feel like they're part of a community or have an increased social experience when they're here, which is really what we're intending to do. Is make sure that we do provide a vibrant place where people can come and either share their own skills or learn some new skills, and that everybody has a place at the table. So a big part of that is making sure that people are communicating and talking to other people that they wouldn't necessarily be connected with without the center program. That the feedback that we've received from participants coming to the center has been extremely positive, that it's made an impact in their life. Whether it is from learning more about food or just creating that social experience that they're lacking. I think Foodie Fridays are a pretty good success story. Foodie Friday started with the idea that we were going to offer coffee and kind of a light snack to any senior that wanted to come in during that time period, and we started calling it a different program name, and it was just a spot where people could come in and have a bit of a social experience. And then it morphed into a culinary program and having a very loyal, dedicated group that comes every Friday. There's always somebody new, and there's always somebody that's introduced to the center at that time. But it's definitely been one of those programs that has started from the ground up, and now it's one of our most successful. So what we're doing is making sure that all our programs are running as best as they can and as open to the community as they can. So we definitely have some ideas of expanding our kids programming coming up in 2020. We do have a couple of different programs that are able to be accessed by kids through the school district or through the YMCA. But what we're looking to do is expand more into kind of a drop-in program for kids to access the center. Yeah, I think our future plans definitely increase branding us in the community. We're a fairly new asset to the community, so getting our name out there and making sure community members are aware of who we are and what we're doing is a big part of what we're going to be doing in the next year. And really solidifying our programs and making sure that we have those access points for all the different programs that we do offer. So those would be probably the two main goals, is to make sure that we're utilized within our community.